minutes of live side split stretching. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of hip mobility, to have a place to hang out so that when we suffer on the floor and we're working on our hamstrings, working on all these little other muscles in our legs, it's a little bit more fun, it's a little less just pure suffering, and hopefully with some consistency, with some good vibes, we can make a whole bunch of progress in our hip mobility towards our side splits. If that sounds like fun, make sure to hang out, stick around, because we're starting with some warm up. It is highly unlikely that you're moving that well, because it's late in the day, you're probably tired. So let's slowly warm up and get ready for some stretches. The first thing we're going to do is called hip cars, and we are going to do something that looks like this. We're going to lift our knee as high as possible directly in front using our own muscles. We're going to keep on lifting and bring it up and bring it up and bring it up. Right before your muscles are super tired, let's open up the hips. Point the knee directly to the side as much as you can. I'm going to turn around so you can see the next step a little bit more easily. We're opening up that hip as wide as we can, and we're going to rotate the ankle. Bring the ankle to the height of the knee. Then keep going. Bring the ankle up, 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 up. As high as you can. Bring that knee down. And then finally, bring the leg down and back. When we bring the leg down and back, I want you to flex the hamstrings. I want you to flex the glutes. I want you to pull this leg back. Feel the stretch here in the hip flexor. And that is one rep. Once you've done that, we're going to go right back into the high knee at the beginning. All right? We're going to do 10 of these on the left side. We're going to do 10 of these on the right side. So let's not dilly-dally, and let's get into it. Flex the core. Keep it nice and strong. Tuck your butt a little bit if you can. And high knee. Open. Open, open, open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. We've just done 3. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 5. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 6. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. Keep on trying to lift that leg higher into each of those positions. 8. 2 more. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. And that is 10 hip cars on the left side. We got 10 more to do on the right side. Hopefully, as you first started your first couple of hip cars today, you realized, oh man, I'm stiff. And then as you started doing them, as you got to rep 7, rep 8, rep 9, you start to feel a little bit looser. You got to move a little bit deeper into the movement. Cool? That's also totally normal. I get much, much, much more comfortable by the time we get to like rep 8 or 9. And I get even more comfortable when we do the second set. There's a second set. Let's go. Right hip for me. Other leg for you guys. High knee. Open up that hip. Leg directly to the side. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 1. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 2. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 3. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 4. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 5. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 6. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 7. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 8. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 9. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 10. That is 10 more hip cars. We just did the first half of our hip cars. And hopefully your hips are moving a little bit smoother. We got a little bit more. We got hip cars going in reverse. We're going to hit the same main points while we do these hip cars. They're just going to be in a little bit of a different order in reverse. So we'll talk it through one time and then we'll start doing them. All right, let's go. Flex your core nice and strong. You might be tempted to do a lot of twerking when you're lifting the leg back behind you. Try your best to keep from putting a whole bunch of pressure into your low back by flexing your core, keeping this locked up nice and tight. Your leg won't go nearly as far back, but that's okay. It won't be putting pressure on your low back instead of your hips either. Cool? Let's go. Core, back, lift the leg directly to the side. From here, we are rotating, bringing that ankle up as high as we can, up, 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 up. Bring the ankle all the way down. Lift that knee as high as we can, and bring the knee forward. You got it? Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's one, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, two, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, three, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, four, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, five, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, six, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, seven, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, eight, two more, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, nine, last one, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, 10. Oh, those are hip cars. We're 75% of the way done. We're almost there. Let's wrap up this final leg and get a move on with all the other stuff we got to do. Cool? Let's go. Stand up straight, flex the core, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, one, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, two, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, three, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, four, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, five, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, six. If at any point you need to take a break, don't worry, take a break. Then we can keep going. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, seven, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, eight, almost there, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, nine, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, 10. Oh, it's very likely that your form got a little bit sloppy, just like mine did towards the end. Try your best to keep contracting those muscles, stay strong, get those reps done. We just finished our first warm-up exercise, the hip cars. We're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 2. If you need to, grab a quick sip of water, catch your breath, and we're going to continue. The second thing we're going to do is a little bit more chill to start. We're going to start by getting into this L shape, folding at the hips. If you have a tighter low back, you might feel a lot of tension in the low back as you fold forward. Let that tension release, give it a couple of seconds, and when you're really feeling it in your hamstrings again, let's get ready to fold. From here, focus on the belly button. Keep on trying to bring the belly button down towards the ground. And just try your best. We're just holding and chilling and trying to get nice and compact. Okay, once you've tried your best for a little bit, just relax. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. We are just folding forward. Now that we've hung out here for a little bit, we're going to bend one knee and straighten out the other, and then we're going to switch. We're going to keep on switching from side to side, and the whole time we're going to keep on trying to bring the belly button down. When we do this, it's going to be super uncomfortable for the first little bit, and eventually it'll get a little bit easier. So let's go. One knee is bent, one leg is straight. Fold your belly button down. Switch to the other side. Your hamstrings are really unhappy. Maybe you're feeling it in your glutes. Maybe you're feeling stuff shifting in the leg. It's even weirder than that, and that is okay. Keep on going. Breathe. I still have the remnants of a cold left, so when I am upside down like this, the phlegm leaks from my lungs into my face, and I get a little nasally, so I'm sorry. You're gonna have to just deal with it. Let's keep going. Keep on kneeling or bending the knee, straightening the other, bending the knee, straightening the other.
There's no hard deadline, no time that we need to hit necessarily. I want you to suddenly realize that, oh, hey, this isn't so bad. I can do these and get a little bit more comfortable with this movement and this movement pattern. It takes a couple seconds for most people. You gotta do a bunch of reps. And at some point, you realize, oh, hey, remember how painful and awful it was when we first started doing these? It's not so painful and not so awful anymore. So that's what we want. Hopefully, you've noticed it a little bit. And what I want you to do, if you have noticed a little bit, is keep on trying to bring your belly button down just a little bit deeper. And keep going. Oh, okay, 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, pop into a little bit of a squat. Come on up into standing in. That is part 1 of exercise number 2. In part 2, actually has almost nothing to do with hamstrings. We're doing some thoracic rotation, but the position that we're going to be in a second is going to look just like before. Shake out your legs, do a little wiggle, relax your body, and let's get back into the same position. Legs are about hips width apart. We're folding forward. We're bending one knee. What we're going to do next is called thoracic rotation. So I want you to take your hand from the bent knee side, reach across the body, push against the leg to open up your chest. And extend one arm behind you. Reach over your shoulder and take some breaths. See if every time you exhale, you can get a little bit further into the stretch. Whew, that is half of a rep. We got to do the other side. Other leg is bent. Bent leg, hand goes across the body to the other side. Push and open up that chest. And that is 1 rep. We're going to do a total of 5. So I got 4 more to do. I talk fast. You don't have to move fast. I want you to be nice and gentle. Slowly rotate your way into a deeper position and enjoy the stretch. All right, let's go. 1 leg bent, 1 leg straight, open and rotate. Reach behind you as you're exhaling. See if you can go a little further. Whew, other side. That's 2. And 3. And 4. Last one, make it count. Let's go. 5. Ooh. Those are some thoracic rotations. Your back, your spine is designed to move in all sorts of ways, from rotating to folding to the left, folding to the right, front, slouching, and bending backwards. So make sure you give your back a little bit of love. It doesn't have to be a workout. It doesn't have to be super intense. Just getting your back to move is a good place to start. All right, that is our second warm-up exercise. We got 1 more warm-up exercise to do, is the Cossack switch. I'm going to demonstrate it real quick. You don't have to hop in immediately if you don't want to. If you already know the drill, you can do whatever you want. Cool? From here, we're opening up our legs into a decently wide position, and we're trying to drop our hip down to one side. We're doing a one-legged squat, basically, on one side with a little bit of support, and we're down here. Then we're going to scoot our butts over to the other side, and then we're going to scoot the butt back. That's the whole movement. For most of us, it's going to be really hard to get that deep, so we're going to pre-stretch this position while I talk about how we're going to set it up from a new position. All right, so I want you to pop into a little bit of a squat right here, like this. I want you to tuck your chest and your knees together and lean forward so that your heels are up off the ground. You're feeling that Achilles tendon stretch. You're feeling the stretch in your calves, and I want you to just maybe do a tiny wiggle while you hold this. Focus on keeping your hips and your knees close to your chest. And from here, I'm going to demonstrate how we're going to do our first rep. All right, and I'm going to talk about a little bit more specific technique. You don't have to hop in right now. I'm going to talk technique, and then we'll do 10 reps together. All right? So from your tucked position, I want you to stick your hands directly out in front of you. It's not going to be far from your toes. It's about 8 to 12 inches for me. So we can use that to help balance and extend one leg out to the side. Once you've done that, I want you to figure out what it takes for you to keep this heel down. For some of us with a lot of ankle mobility, with a lot of hip mobility, you might be able to stay super low to the ground. But for a lot of us, you might have to come quite a bit higher. And that's okay. That's part of the process. Wherever you're at, we want to try and get our butts over to the other side. So you got options. You can put your hands down to help scoot your hips over to the other side. When you get to the other side, I want you to try your best to kind of sit back into it, feel the stretch get intense, and then come back. And that's it. The whole time, both heels are down, and we're just scooting our butts from side to side, taking a pause at each end. Cool? That is how we're going to do it. So let's get into it. If you're still in your tuck ball position, doing a little squirm, a little shake, great. Extend your hands slightly in front of you. Extend one leg out to the side. Plant that foot the best you can. And let's go. Use your hands to help balance. Scoot to the other side. Pause for a second. And come back. That's one rep. We're doing 10 of these in total. Here's 2. And 3. If you're feeling stronger, you can remove your hands. And if you keep on leaning forward like before, you don't have to learn a new balance. If you're feeling that that's too easy and you got this, you're crushing it, focus on extending your back. Stand up a little straighter. Maybe counterbalance with your hands in front of you. And keep going. I think this is 6. We're doing 10 in total, so we're almost done. 7. Again, you can always put your hands down to give yourself a little bit of support for both balance and strength. If your inner knee area is starting to get a little irritated because of how low you're going on the ground, you can start doing a squat straight up first, come across, and then sink down after. All right, I think this is 8. So again, come up, across, sit down, come up, across, sit down. I think that's 9. So last one. And 10. We are done with our Cossack switches. That is the third of our warm-up exercises. If that sounds intimidating, because I said that's the last of our warm-up, and you're like, oh man, what's the actual workout? Don't worry. This is a hip mobility and side splits live stream. So we focus mostly on stretches. The cardio stuff that we were just doing with lots and lots of reps to get us warmed up, we're not doing very much of that anymore anyway. So take a quick sip of water and grab a cushion. We're going to get into our first stretch. The first stretch is going to be a hamstring stretch, and what we're going to do is going to look a little bit like this. We're dropping down to one knee. We're putting our legs slightly in front of us. We're folding, and so this knee might benefit from a little bit of a soft surface to squish on. Could be foam from a yoga mat, could be a cushion from your couch, could be a yoga block. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water, scroll through the chat real quick, and see what is up over here. Adena says hello. Hey, Adena. Chase says he comes back to check on the comments when he can. Ooh. Where are we at? Oh, okay. Chase. Monivia says, do you read the comments? I do read the comments. It just takes me a couple seconds because I got to be far enough to show the whole entire movement. So I have to get pretty far away from the camera. Chase says, hello. Hello. All right. Scrolling back down. Ugh. Let's get into our stretches. The first stretch that we're going to do, like I said earlier, is a hamstring stretch. And it looks a little bit like this. If you have enough cushion, you can start with both knees on that cushion, whatever it is. And we're trying to make sure our hips are pointed forward, our shoulders are pointed forward, our head is pointed forward, and we're trying to keep that alignment the whole time. Then we're going to whip out one leg directly in front, and we're going to try to fold the belly button down. All right? Whew. That's the movement. I'm going to rotate around so you don't have to look at me and my, top of my head. And we're going to continue from over here. All right. Once your belly button is down, I'm going to switch legs real quick because the side I explain on is my weaker side, and I get more of a stretch here. Which is a good reminder that if you have a side that you know needs a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra love, start with that side because I spend extra time explaining all of our steps, and that side will benefit from the extra time. Cool? All right. Leg is slightly out in front of us. You might need to open it up a little bit wider to help with balance if you're already off balance. If you're not off balance, keep your feet pointing straight ahead. From here, bring the belly button down. You're feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. It's uncomfortable. You don't like it, and it's okay. Just try your best to breathe and take normal breaths, not like sad cry breaths. Normal breaths. Oh, everything's okay. Brain, please relax. Everything is chill. Okay, from here, we're going to do some big inhale exhales. All right, the inhale, we're going to take in a whole bunch of air. On the exhale, I want you to slowly release that air. And while you're releasing that air, I want you to try your best to fold your belly button down towards the ground. And then when we get to the end of that exhale, I want you to hold yourself there at that low compressed new position. All right, let's go. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Now your hamstrings are really tight and they're really unhappy with you. You might be feeling the tingly sensation in your butt. That's okay. Keep breathing. Everything is normal. Everything is cool. Everything is fine. We're going to do one more inhale, exhale. All right, let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Might not get that much further this time around, and that's okay. Keep on breathing like it's a normal thing for you to be in this position, and we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Ready? 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. If your legs are feeling real intense, if your hamstrings, your glutes are feeling real intense, you can give them a light massage. Just push and prod and whatever it needs to happen to make you forget how intense this stretch feels. And 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come on out of that stretch. If that feels real intense, that makes sense. That was real intense. We did a whole bunch of setup. We tried to get deeper and deeper and deeper into the stretch, and then we held that really intense stretch at the end. Breathe, chill for a second, and let's continue with the other leg. We're going to drop the other knee down, extend the leg out in front of us, and let's go. Fold forward. Take some normal breaths. Remember that you have to tell your brain this is normal. This is okay. Stop freaking out. Everything is all right. From here, we are taking a big inhale, exhale. You ready? Inhale. Exhale and fold. Okay. Normal breaths. Relax as much as you can. Massage those muscles. If you don't know how to massage them, don't worry. Just squeeze. Just take your attention off of the fact that your leg is stretched and focus on something else for a little bit. Another inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale and fold. And if you've been on the live a bunch of times, you don't have to have every single day be your best possible day, all right? You can take chiller days. You can relax on some days. If your hamstrings are feeling real tight and real sore and real achy, it's totally fine to not go and give your 100%. 80% is fine. 70% is good. And you want to make sure that you get movement to teach your brain to chill out, but also you give your brain you give your body some time to relax and recover. That was a long spiel. I think we're ready. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that might have been my deepest right hamstring stretch ever. And now my hamstring feels like it wants to cry a little bit inside. So I'm going to pause here for a second, let my leg recover, and I'm going to tell you about what we do every single day. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day, Monday through Sunday at 9 p.m., which is 9 p.m. in the Eastern time zone, and we started about 28 minutes ago. So if you're in a different time zone, you're like, what time is that? We started 28 minutes ago. And we do this every day to practice the number one quality, consistency. It is really hard to sit on the floor and suffer through discomfort, through just genuine unhappiness when you're in these positions. And so I try to create a space with good vibes, with good energy to help us all sit down, do the work that we need to do to make our hips work a little bit better, to get into cooler positions like the side split. If you like that, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. Again, we are here every single day of the week, 9 p.m. Cool? All right. If your hamstrings are ready, look at these little sweat stains on my yoga block. That's gross. I don't know why I showed you that. You didn't need to see. My knees are sweaty. Okay. From here, we're moving on into stretch number 2. We're going into some butterfly stretches. And in the butterfly, I recommend you get up to a wall so that your back can lean against it and the wall can keep your back pretty straight. All right? Come on down into that position. Your hips, your low back, your shoulders, and preferably your head if your wall is tall enough. My windowsill thing is not quite that high, but that's okay. If I lean back just a little bit, my head can push against the window. I'm still not going to do that. I'm just saying that it's possible. From here, I want you to bring your feet in towards your hips. The goal of this stretch is to stretch out the groin here, and the way you do that when you're in this position is by bringing the knees down into the ground. So there's 2 parts. We're going to push our hands down to open up our legs with some exterior force, but we're also going to use our own muscles to do this. So I want you to use your your outer thigh muscles and your glutes to help open up those legs. If you don't know what that means, because it's one of your first couple of times joining into the live, that's absolutely a-okay. Just make sure that you're feeling the stretch here and your knees are sort of kind of going down. If it's not moving at all, that's okay, as long as you're feeling the groin stretch here, right? If your legs are going like this, that's probably the wrong direction. You're using the wrong muscles. There's a different variation to, there's a different style of stretching where you might be able to use those muscles, but it's not right out. Oh, man. I am super phlegmy. Okay, whew, good, cleared. Open up those legs. Flex those muscles, contract those glutes, outer thigh muscles, take your hands, apply a little bit of pressure. When you apply pressure, you might start feeling that your shoulders, the back of your head is pushing into the wall, and that is normal because that is where your arms attach to your body at your shoulders, right underneath your head. And that is basically us pushing our body into the wall because we're pushing into our legs at the same time, and the wall is saying, no, you're not going anywhere. So we're pushing all of our force back into our legs. Okay, let's go. 30 seconds. 30. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, we're almost done, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, relax. You can let your hands go. Oh.
Relax the wrists a little bit. If your legs are feeling kind of stuck in this position, you can take your hands and give them a little bit of a shake to help wake them up. And once you're able to flap the wings of your butterfly like so, we're about ready to get into our third stretch. The third stretch that we're going to do is a seated pancake or standing pancake. If you're feeling real tired, you're feeling real stressed out, maybe try the seated pancake. If you're looking for a little bit of a challenge, the standing pancake is exactly where you should be. I have done this is my fourth live in 48 hours, so I'm tired. I'm gonna do a seated pancake for sure. My hamstrings are quite tight. Somehow, I also got what I think has been the deepest right hamstring stretch. So maybe that's a good sign, and I don't know. I'm just complaining. We'll find out. To do the seated pancake, I want you to find something that you can sit on, and something preferably leaning against the wall so that it doesn't slide out underneath your butt when you're trying to fold forward and trying to adjust and trying to tweak and trying to do a whole bunch of things. In the pancake, in general, what we are doing is we're opening up our legs pretty wide. 90 degrees is great. If you can get further, awesome. And we're folding at the hips. We're folding and folding and folding and folding and folding and folding. And we're trying to bring our belly button in between our legs. It would look something like folding, 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 folding. That's what we're aiming for. It's really hard. So we want to get into a position where gravity helps us out as much as possible. In general, the way the physics works out, if your upper body is horizontal, that is the position where you'll feel the most leverage from gravity. You're feeling the most weight in your hips from you folding forward. So I want you to try your best to get into a position where you're able to have your back pretty close to horizontal. That might mean you sit in a really high chair, or you sit at the edge of a bed or something to help get there. Or you can do the standing pancake. If you can't get there, it's not the end of the world. It's not that big a deal. You don't have to be in the perfect optimal position for gravity all the time. You can just get into a comfortable low seat. Make sure it's not going to go anywhere. You're stable. Open up the legs decently wide and extend your arms above your head. Fold forward. Breathe. Nice and calm. Chill. Try to bring your belly button down in between your legs. And we're ready to go. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come back up out of that stretch. Oh, relax, chill for a second. You might be feeling some residual tension from here in the inner thighs because you had to open up the legs pretty wide for this stretch. You might be feeling a little bit of leftover intensity from your hamstrings because you were really focused on folding forward and bringing that belly button down towards the ground. Those are all normal. And the pancake can quite very well be the most intense stretch that we do. So if you did the seated pancake, you did the easier version. It actually gets a lot harder when you do the standing pancake. And I won't go into why right now because we can just move on to the next stretch. Next up, I think we did figure 4 12 hours ago. So it's time for some pigeon. All right. I don't know if this format makes sense because I imagine the people who come in at 9 a.m. consistently, or the people who come in at 9 p.m. consistently come in at 9 p.m. And if I do the switching every single time on the workouts, it means that you keep on coming in for the pigeon or something. But it's okay. I'll figure that out later. Let's get into some pigeon. Both the figure 4 or the pigeon stretch end up looking a little bit like this. We're bringing one leg across the body. We are picking up this ankle towards our belly button, and we're bringing our belly button down towards that ankle.
From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this, and you're trying to feel the stretch here in the side of your glute, in the side of your hip. All right. For the pigeon, we can drop right down from that position that we were just in, or the position I was just demonstrating. We can bring this knee across, or sorry, this leg, so that it is across the body. We're going to try to aim the middle of our chest to the middle of our leg, in between the knee and the ankle, and we're going to fold forward. Boom. That's the stretch. This back leg over here, you can keep it bent slightly off to the side behind you if you'd like. If you want, you can also extend that leg back behind you. It requires a little bit more flexibility. If you're not able to get into that position very easily, you can try to elevate the front leg with some textbooks, with some yoga blocks, with a small stool. Try to keep it nice and stable and low to the ground if possible. And when you elevate the front leg, it's going to lift your whole entire hip situation up, and that gives you a little bit more room for this leg to hang out behind you. Cool? And from there, we're ready to get into some pigeon. So let's do it. We are stretching the glute on the side with the bent leg, and we are trying our best to keep our hips low and folding forward from there. Let's go. Hips low, forward fold, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Try and squish a little bit deeper into the stretch whenever you can. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it for pigeon number 1. Swing the leg around. Let's get into pigeon number 2. Oh, other side. Leg is coming across the body. We're trying to feel the stretch here in the hip, but you might also feel it in your hamstrings. Elevate the leg if you need to help bring the leg behind you back. And let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Keep on taking breaths. Relax your muscles as much as you can. Fold forward. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our fourth and final stretch before we do the side splits. If you're just joining in, you have no idea why we do the pigeon. We do 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work every single day to practice consistency, build a little bit of community, try to bring good vibes to the internet so that we can practice, make a little bit of progress every single day. Whew. And so, the fifth and final stretch, the thing that we've been preparing for, has been the side splits. The side splits are cool because they're like an extreme form of hip mobility. A lot of the stretches that we just did were to prepare some of the muscles that we need in order to get into a deeper side split. So, let's do it. Let's talk about safety for a second. I want you to stand about 8 to 12 inches in front of a wall. And that is because when we're in a side split looking position, oftentimes our legs are wide apart and we're on our hands like so. But inevitably, we will be moving around. We're trying to adjust. We're trying to get into a deeper side split position. And sometimes when you're moving your hands around, you lose balance a little bit and you start falling backwards. Boom. If you're still pretty high off the ground, that fall is going to hurt your butt quite a bit. So to prevent your butt from feeling like it just fell 2.5 feet and slammed into the ground, I recommend that you have a wall behind you. And I'm going to use an imaginary wall to demonstrate why. Imagine there's a wall just slightly behind me. If I lost balance, my butt would smash into the wall it moved like 6 inches, and we're good. Nothing happened. Maybe you reacted really fast. You're like, oh no, I'm falling. Huh. Your shoulder smashes into this imaginary wall, and you're also good. Your butt did not fall 2.5 feet into the ground. Cool? So stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever it is you're prepared to fall into, and we are ready to go. Let's start with some side splits. Open up your legs decently wide. It does not have to be crazy, and it should not hurt at your hips. If your hips are feeling a little bit of a tingle, a little bit uncomfortable already, bring your legs in. From here, we're folding and bring our belly button down to the ground. If this looks like how we set up the elephant walk or how we set up the pancake, that's absolutely right. From here, I want you to try to bring your hands to the ground. If you're not quite able to reach, that's okay. When you're folded forward like this, you should be able to open up your legs a little bit wider without discomfort, because this is basically the side split position, and see if you're able to get your hands down to the ground now. Cool? Once you're down, or if you're still not, you can use a little bit of a thing to elevate your hands. Cool? Once you're there, I want you to externally rotate the legs. What that means is I want your heels down, your toes up, and your knees pointing up. This is going to further rotate your legs so that your thigh bone moves out of the way of some of the infrastructure in your pelvis. So your hip bone and your thigh bone don't smash into each other, right? From here, and I want you to do this on both sides, by the way, we're going to walk our hands back towards our hips. It's going to help us sit a little bit more upright, and we're going to put a whole bunch more pressure into our hips to help get into a deeper side split. From here, we're in our position. This is the side split. If you'd like, you can add a little bit of a wiggle from side to side, see if you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. And that's it. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. You can add in a little wiggle at any time to see if you can get just a little bit deeper into the stretch. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Walk your hands forward. Bring your legs in. Oh. And come into some sort of kneeling position for a sec. We're going to chill out here. And breathe. That was our first side split. We're going to do 2 more of these. And in between each of the side splits, we're going to shake out our bodies. We're going to try our best to let our muscles relax so that we can get into the deepest possible second split and the deepest possible third split. All right? So when you're ready, come back up into standing. And you can grunt, you can groan, by the way. I don't mind. You just have to also listen to mine. So from here, we're going to shake out our legs. We want to reduce tension. So we want this to be floppy and loose and relaxed. If you're not quite sure how to get into that relaxed position, I want you to imagine that you're flicking water off of your toes once you got out of the swimming pool or out of the jacuzzi, whatever, and you're trying to whip that water droplet as far as it can go. So you're whipping that leg out. You might know that the more relaxed your ankle is, the more relaxed your calf is, the further you can whip that water droplet, and that's exactly what we want. We want you to whip that leg out. And as you get more comfortable with that motion, you can maintain the relaxation in your calves, in your ankle. I want you to drop your knee. Relax more muscles. Just chill. Flop, 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 flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. And that is how we shake out the tension from our legs. All right? Other leg. Flick, 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 flick. Drop the knee. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Pick up the speed. Flop around. Your ankles are flopping all over the place. Your calves have absolutely no tension. They're just shaking and flopping around with your leg. And that's how we're shaking out the tension in the leg. Whew. But there's a couple more places where we put a whole bunch of tension. In the side of the hip right here, these muscles lifting up your legs, they are getting a little bit of a workout. So we want them to relax too. The way you do that is you put all your weight on one leg, drop the ball of your foot, other foot down. There's almost no weight on this, by the way. And you just rotate the knee. Bring it in, bring it out, bring it in, bring it out, bring it in, bring it out. You can just keep on doing that is nice and gentle. It's not a workout. It's not an exercise. We're just trying to get a little bit of movement here for these hip muscles along the side of your hip. And if you put your fingers here, you'll notice them kind of shifting and moving. That's exactly what we want. Keep going. Other side. All of your weight is in the standing leg. The rotating leg has almost no pressure. We're just letting the hips relax, shifting in and out and in and out and in and out. If you want to make this more fun, turn it into some dance, move, do some stanky leg, do some these. That is absolutely 100% works. So go ahead and do that. Whew. That, I think, is all we got to cover for our in-between side split round. So let's get back into some side splits. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever it is you're prepared to fall into, and let's get into side split number 2. Open up the legs decently wide. Doesn't have to be crazy. If your hips hurt, bring your legs slightly in, and let's fold forward. Your belly button is pointing straight down into the ground. See if you can open up your legs a little bit wider. When you're folded forward like that in that position, you should be able to without discomfort. Take your hands, put them on the ground, and externally rotate. When we externally rotate, we want the legs to do this. Instead of having your feet down flat on the ground, we want your feet to rotate so that your heel is down, your toes are up, and it's not just your feet that's rotating, it's your whole entire leg. Your knees are now pointing up, and your thighs, your quads, are also pointing up. This rotates the whole entire thigh bone out of the way of some of the hip stuff going on and helps get a little bit deeper into your side split. Walk your hands back towards your hips. That'll put a whole bunch more weight into your stretch, and take a couple of seconds to try and sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. You might want to also try to do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side. See if maybe your sticky feet are holding you back from a deeper stretch, and break that sticky feet friction with a little wiggle. Okay, that's it. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. If you lean your weight a little bit more forward, you might feel a little bit of more of a stretch here in the inner thighs. If you sit a little bit further back with your back a little bit straighter up, you might feel it a little bit more underneath in your hamstrings. And those are all slight variations you can make to help get your side split a little bit deeper. You need both. So take your time, do whatever you want. Cool. I forgot to start counting, or I forgot to finish counting. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. If your arms have been locked out this whole time, experiment with bending the elbows. See if suddenly a whole bunch more weight goes into your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that's stretch number 2. Walk your hands forward, bring your legs in, come into a kneeling, relaxing position, chill out. That is side split number 2. When you can come back up into standing, waddle around a little bit, wiggle, shake, grab a sip of water, and then we're going to shake out our bodies. All right. User 11682 says, "Thank you. I feel great. Amazing." Okay. Quick sip of whatever later. Let's get into some shaky, wiggy wiggles. Again, we're trying to reduce the amount of tension in our limbs, in our legs, in our hips, in between each of the side splits, so that we can get back into a nice and deep side split stretch, right? So we're going to shake it out. I want you to sort of imagine you're flicking water off of your toes, off your feet, sending that water droplet flying as far as possible. So you've been trying to whip that leg out as fast as you can. And when you're whipping that leg, I want you to have everything relaxed in your calves, in your ankles, whoosh, whipping it out, right? So take that motion of relaxation and keep on going. Let your knee drop. Relax more muscles in your leg. Just add a little bit of shake, a little bit of flop, a little bit of wiggle, and your legs should be more or less relaxed. You don't have to do that many seconds of these. I explained for a little bit longer because I got a lot of words to say. Do the other leg. Start with that flicking motion and drop the knee. Pick up the speed. You don't have to go nearly as far with the range. And Keep on relaxing the ankle, let it flop around and shake. Let the calves swing and chill and do absolutely nothing of value. And flop, 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 flop. Your legs should be feeling pretty good right now, pretty relaxed. Let's get into the hips. Again, all the weight is in one leg. Other leg is down just on the ball of the foot, maybe the big toe. We're going to rotate our hips in and out and in and out and in and out. It's going to look like the knees are going in and out and in and out and in and out, or your heels maybe are in and out and in and out. But all this movement is coming from where the thigh bone connects to your pelvis. Nothing else is moving. Cool? Other side. You don't have to be super strict. You don't have to be super precise with this one. We're just trying to do a little movement to help these muscles in the hip relax after the side splits. And we should be good. Let's get into side split number 3 and let's wrap this up. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever you're prepared to fall into. Open up the legs nice and wide. If your hips hurt, again, bring your legs in a little closer. They should not hurt. They don't have to hurt. Cool. Fold forward. Bring that belly button down. Point it towards the ground. If you can, extend your legs down beneath you. Or extend your arms down beneath you. Touch the floor. And from here, see if you can get just a little bit deeper into your side splits already. Breathe. Chill for a second. Now we're going to externally rotate. All right. External rotation is this. Instead of having your feet flat on the ground, we're rotating the legs so that the heel is down, the toes are up, and the knees are pointing up. All right. From there, we're going to do a little wiggle. We're going to walk our hands back. We're going to keep on shifting our weight into our hips to try and get into a deeper side split. Do a little wiggle from side to side. Oh, and that's it. Y'all ready for your 30 seconds? 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We are done. Walk your hands forward, pull your legs in, and chill. Breathe. That is our pretty much all the workout. Come back into standing. We're going to shake out our bodies one more time to help the muscles relax so you can get back to whatever else you need to do today. And let's shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Other leg. Shake, 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 wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Let the legs relax. All right. Now we're gonna do the hips. In the last couple of lives, we've been really focusing on internal rotation and external rotation, working on the hip muscles. Today, we're gonna just shake it out. We're not gonna work so hard to wrap up, but I do want you to experiment a little bit with the form. All right. So we're gonna do the same thing that we just did earlier. We're gonna put all of our weight into one leg. We're gonna have the big toe, maybe the ball of the other foot down. In this case, I want you to have your knees both pointing forward, and I want you to slowly wiggle your leg from side to side. I want you to try your best to have your quad muscles here relax. All right. And when you do this, you might notice in the camera, at least, that it looks like your leg is kind of bending and flopping from side to side. That's a little bit of an optical illusion. There's not that much of it going on. But if you pick up the pace, you pick up the intensity, you bring the knee in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and you hang out a little bit on the big toe instead of having your whole foot down on the ground, you can get your quad muscles to kind of flop around and relax and kind of swing all over the place as well. And that is next level relaxation, bring it up past the knee into your thighs. Cool. Other side, one leg is carrying all the weight, the other leg is just basically the big toe. If you point your knee slightly forward in front of you, it will be easier to sort of swing the leg around and get the quad muscle to fly and flop and shake and wiggle. Now we've gotten a whole bunch more of our legs just wiggling and shaking. That, I think, is pretty much all we're going to do. We're going to do a couple more joint checks, standard, to wrap up, and then we'll be ready to wrap up for realsies. Che says, Happy Lunar New Year, blue, green, and gold colors for good luck. Blue, green, and gold. I wear navy like all the time. Does that count as good luck? All right. And happy Lunar New Year, Che. I appreciate it. Let's do our joint checks. We are starting nice and gentle. We're going to just do a couple of hip circles. After the side splits, I have quite a bit of tension here on the left and right side of the hip. So I like to spend a little bit of time stretching those out, just chilling, hanging out. If you find that you also have the same tension in the side of the hip, great. Let those muscles relax a little bit. Maybe you have a tight low back, and then whenever you get into this sort of angle, you're like, oh, my back. That's all right too. Hang out, enjoy a little bit of time, getting loose, stretching it out, and when you're ready, let's move on. We're gonna do a quick high knee. If your hips are not working out so well and you can't do the high knee very comfortably, you'll know in one rep. You don't need to do very many more. So we can move on if everything is feeling all right. From here, I want you to drop into a very, very, very deep squat. And I want you to fold really far forward. All right? When you do this, I want you to also bring your knees forward past your toes, as far forward as you can. This is going to put a whole bunch of pressure on your knees. It's going to put a whole bunch of pressure on your toes, your feet, your Achilles tendon, your calves, and everything's going to be working real hard to keep you balanced, to keep you from falling forward, right? And that's what we want. We want all these muscles engaged, working nice and hard to make sure that they're all working good. Cool? From here, I want you to try your best. You might want to put your hands down for a little bit of support. I want you to try your best to balance your weight between your big toe and your pinky toe in the foot, at the ball of the foot right here, and do a couple of quick calf raises. Really engage all the muscles in your legs to help you balance. And when you've done a couple of those and you can comfortably say you kicked butt, we're ready to wrap up. You, in that position, worked your toes, made them work really hard with your feet, made them work really hard with your ankles, your calves, your knees, your hips, your quads. All those muscles are working really well together to help keep you balanced in that position where you were leaning really far forward. And you were able to do a whole bunch of calf raises at the same time. So your balance is killer. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in and practicing consistency with me today. We just did 60 minutes of live side split stretching, hip mobility, and movement work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully, because we do all those good things with good vibes, good energy, we make a whole bunch of progress in our side splits and towards better hip mobility, if that sounds cool. If you're just joining in and you had no idea, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, because we do this every single day. Cool? Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come check the chat and see what I have missed while I was way back over there. Che has sent mandarin oranges and confetti. Thank you, Che. We have a whole bunch of people joining in, following. Lovely. User 11682040600705 says, thank you. I feel great. I read this earlier, but I like that so much that I'm going to read it again. All right. I'm scrolling real quick to see what else we got. Anxiety and Wine says, oh my God, nice. Great. I'm glad you found a cool stretch that you liked, and I hope you stuck around to do some more stretching with us. Catnip sent some hearts. Lovely. And I'm looking to see if there's any questions or comments that I need to address right away before we wrap up. I am scrolling. Sometimes I scroll a little too fast and I miss stuff because I get a lot more notifications than the comments that you can usually see. And I have made it back to Che says he comes back to check out comments when he can. I don't think there are that many more to respond to, so I think it's time to wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you for practicing consistency with me today. I hope you had a good workout. I hope now that
we're chilling out and just talking and chilling. Your muscles are relaxing a little bit, and hopefully you're going to have a great night's sleep. If you have not made it to the lives very frequently because it doesn't work with your schedule, I have a YouTube video over on YouTube. The username is the same. It's at Splits on the Side. We have, I think the title is like 13-minute video. It's a little bit longer than 13 minutes because I have like intro outro stuff, I assume. And it is a really fast version of our workout. There's zero explanation. We just jump right into each of the movements and we hold our stretches for pretty precisely 30 seconds. When we do the live together, sometimes, frequently, I run a little bit longer than 30 seconds, and I spend a lot of time explaining to make sure that we all feel welcomed and we know what's coming up, so that somebody who's just scrolling through the live can be like, oh, I can do that, and join in, because we want to be super welcoming and help people practice consistency, because consistency is hard. But for the regulars, for the people who know the drill, who know exactly what we're doing, sometimes you can't come to the live. Sometimes you need something fast and quick, and that is what that YouTube video is for. There's almost no talking. There's no explanation. The only sound in that video is a little timer that beeps 5, or I think it beeps 5 times. It doesn't even say the number. It goes beep, 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 and then you start the next exercise or the next stretch. So go ahead and check those out if that makes sense for you. And yeah, that's it. That's our live. Thank you, everybody, once again for coming in. Happy Lunar New Year for all who celebrate. And hopefully I'll see you in like 23-ish hours for our next live. Bye-bye. Closing out. And